Hey guys, and welcome back to this brand new video. Today I'm showing you how to boost the volume and make the sound better, or enhance the audio if you will, within Windows 11. But first guys, if you want, you can go down on this video in the comment section and click on the first comment that I pinned. This will bring you to my Fiverr, and here you can get a YouTube logo and banner, or a modern minimalist YouTube logo and banner for your YouTube channel. But now back to the video. Now in case you don't have this software yet, FxSound, I actually have a tutorial right up here in the right corner that shows you how to download and install FxSound. In any case, we're just going to jump right in here. First thing I'm actually going to do, and which you should too, is actually make sure that your speaker right here is all the way up. Then right here I'm going to right click on sound, I'm going to do sound settings. Keep an eye up the volume. And same here, you can go down here and actually go to the all sound devices and go to speakers here. I'm just going to make sure that these right here are loud enough. And so also the same for FxSound speakers here. You can see right here the FxSound is selected. That was just something I quickly wanted to show you. But now actually in the software itself, as you can see right here, it has a pretty simple layout. Now here are some presets, and here's actually the output. So you just want to make sure that the output is for speakers. So whatever you're hearing the sound in. As you can see, you can do multiple options here. But I really just want to hear it in my headphones right here. So that's why I make sure my speakers are selected. Then here actually when you first start off, this isn't selected, but make sure, this is very important, that this one is selected right here, because you can see now I can actually change everything here, and when it's on white right here, it means it's disabled. So make sure that it's like this, and it means it's enabled. Also make sure during this process, if you go down here back to the sound, we go here to the sound output. In this case, the FxSound speakers is selected right here, this one, so that you can actually hear it yourself as well. This is also, for example, in other applications. If you're, for example, using Discord or any other software, make sure that the output is also, in case you want to use FxSound or anything within your web browser within Windows 11, just make sure that that's selected as your output if you want that. As I mentioned earlier, here are multiple presets. As you can see, if I click on default here, you have something general. That's basically a general preset they did, just to give you an idea. Then you have everything from movies to TV. You can also do for music specifically. You can see here volume boost. You can also do specifically for gaming, bass boost as well. And then you can put it back to default. Now actually I'm going to make my own here, and I'm also going to explain you how this works right here. And actually a better way to show that is actually if I use some kind of sound here. So I actually prepared this right here. As you can see, it's calm music from a channel called Eternal Death. And here as you can see, if I start playing the music, I put the music low purposefully. I put it quite low so that it doesn't all of a sudden goes way too loud. So let's just hear. As you can see, if I turn it on and off, at the moment we don't hear any difference, because obviously I haven't changed anything yet. But then, for example, I'm going to start, for example, doing the boost and dynamic here. So basically the volume. As you can see, not gonna put it too loud, but you get the idea. It gets louder. Let's put it around here. And if I do the bass boost, you guessed it, it's gonna focus more on the bass. As you can see, it becomes heavier. It's very bass focused. So that's in case you really want a volume boost here, which is this one right here. You don't really have to touch anything else if you only want to do a volume boost. You just touch the dynamic boost here. And if you want to do some other things like the boost right here, the bass boost. If I put this down, for example, you can also do the clarity. The sound will get too thin, just barely put this up. And then put these two down again, as you can see the ambience. Makes the sounds a bit brighter, a bit larger, as you can see. And then the surround sound. Now it doesn't always sound that good, depends on which sound you use. But that basically means it adds some kind of reverberation. It's like reverb, if you don't know what that means. It's basically like an echo, if you will, but not exactly. And so what I wanted to show you else here is actually EQ chart. Now EQ itself, I'm going to explain this pretty simply. So if I start right here, this is going to be the lows, so basically the bass. As you can see also, if I go over it, it explains it. So it's super low bass, increases this more, rumble and thump. Decrease if there's too much boominess. So that's basically it. So that's basically the case if there's too much boominess. So you actually want to bring it down. And so basically this is one to boost a frequency, because you call these frequencies. As you can see, we're at 122 Hertz. And it's going to be cutting a frequency. So this is actually removing, and this is boosting. So adding more to that frequency. And so we basically want a bit of boost here. Why not? That sounds good. Now here, it's going to be generally pretty muddy and boxed, so I'm not really going to touch these two here. And so this one neither, because this one makes it pretty boxed as well. And it muffles the sound a bit like these two here, so I'm really just not going to use these frequencies, honestly. I'm going to go to this one over here, which is going to be the mids. Let's remove some more nasal tones, if for example you're dealing with a voice. But since we're here into a instrumental, I can actually, if you boost it up, you can hear it gets way too thin. And here, it gets a bit too muffled, a bit too closed in. So we really just want to make it not too much here. So you can do like -3 or something like that. Little cut doesn't hurt. Now here, this is specifically for vocals, around 2100, so 2100 Hertz. Now this is a bit more, this is 2600 Hertz. It's more of like a clarity, very clear frequency. So if you put this up, you can hear it gets clearer. Obviously the same, don't do it too much, it gets way too thin. But like a small boost like this right here is not bad. There's even a higher clarity here, so I'm gonna put it like 1. 9000 I don't really want to touch, and let's do a little bit of openness, because this makes the sound a bit more open here. So let's do like 3 maybe. 2 or 3, we don't want to overdo it. I'm going to show you the difference if I turn it off. This is how it sounds without now. As you can see, I turn it off. And if I turn it on again, you can clearly hear the difference. As I said, you can always add some more bass here, for example, the bass boost. If you really want to focus on that, a little bit of clarity. As you can see, sometimes you have to do this, just have to do a small boost here, or just add a little bit. And here, as you can see, boosting or cutting any frequency can always be nice. And as I said, as you can hear, there's a big difference between the two. And thus it is very simple actually to do. And so as you can see, even though you don't know a lot about EQ or changing or enhancing, really in this case, any sound, and essentially changing anything isn't that hard. I'm actually going to show you how to actually save this, for example, if you want to save this preset. I can also make the window smaller here by clicking on this, for example, or minimize it, you know, obviously. Then right here, if you go here, you actually see the settings. As you can see, here's a bit of general, say the language, what's going to be our output. As I said, here is going to be some keyboard shortcuts if you want that, some extra help. You can also donate if you feel like it's a good software and you feel it's pretty reasonable. You can always do a donation if you will. And you can also reset the preset to factory defaults if you want, if you really need to. But then back here, you can also save new preset. And so here it says the name, so enter your preset name. We're just going to call this preset 1. There you go, I just clicked enter. And now if I go, for example, back here and I do import preset, and as you can see, it's right here. It's actually added to this list right here with the general presets they already made. And so you can also go here by importing, and that will mean actually bring a preset in the software, or exporting is what you actually save it on your PC. And as you can see, if I do that, for example, here's going to give a list of what I want to export. I'm going to click my preset and then click export. And as you can see, preset exported successfully. And it's going to be right here, as you can see, in the folder. So if I go up here, it's probably going to do it in your documents here. If you have that, and it's going to make its own FxSound folder and then presets. And then as you can see right here, it's the exported preset file, as you can see right here. And so if I go back here, I do import preset. As you can see here, I went back to documents, FxSound, and as you can see, here's presets, export, and then of course you can import it in this case. It's not exporting, this is importing, and then you just click import. You can also download some other bonus presets, and here as you can see, you can go back, you can do undo preset changes, or you can do Ctrl-Z as well, override a preset. And yeah, that's basically it. As you can see, I really tried to explain you everything about this software as much as possible. It's honestly not hard to get into, as you saw. It's pretty simple software, but it's really nice and really handy to use. If you really generally want to, as I said, make the volume louder, so boost the volume in Windows 11, or also change the sound quality of any video, music, whatever you want to change as a sound, you can thus do that with FxSound. But anyways guys, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Please leave a like, would be really nice. Subscribe would also be really nice. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.